Hello guys and welcome to the Season 6 end of season review. Basically I want to go over my season, just talk about kind of how my season went throughout the entire thing. It's been a great season, there's been a lot of things that I'd like to touch upon. And I'll have a little look at some of the people's seasons, see who's been a bit of a standout, and we'll go from there. We'll do my season first, just get it over and done with. I think I can't be happy with the regular season, going 11-3 I think is about what it was going to get. There's some really close matches against, I think if I look at the DLW one, I really should have done better. The Root one, Root's had my game. He's had my number all season, so it kind of just is what it is with Root, so I can't really say too much on that. I'm pretty much happy with how that went. Some close matches against ASD. The Pickle Boom game was close. The Mike Dawson game was closer than it probably should have been as well. 4-3 was not a good performance by me, but I got there. But 11-3 is, yeah, I mean, I won, I topped the, is it Backyard? I think it's the Backyard division, so I can't be mad at that. I think the playoff, if we go over to the playoff, is unfortunate. I think this was a bit of a bottle job by me. It was tricky because I had 3 weeks that I had to wait for the HM ASD. Well, it was 2 weeks, but then I think we waited another like half a week for that game to actually start. I didn't practice as much as I probably should have, and I think that first game was a huge show of that. I didn't play well at all. The second game, defensively, was great. I was struggling to hit, and to be honest, I was struggling to hit for pretty much past the postseason. Once you get out of that tempo of playing, I just wasn't really hitting as well as I should have been. But defensively, I was locked in that second game, and that was great. The third game, I lost 3 runs off a home run by, I think it was someone who had 1 contact. Like, it was rough. Like, I'm trying to think who it was. If I go HM, yeah, it was Omar. Omar, with 75 power, managed to get a home run that's got him 3. So if it wasn't for that hit, I would have got through. Chico wasn't hitting. He wasn't really hitting all season. Well, I say all season. And it past the the postseason, the playoffs. All the scrims was kind of the same. He wasn't performing. And I think, to be honest, people were saying I should have played on my time and not so much on HM's time, because I played all of the games for the Backyard semis on HM's time, which I don't particularly mind. I don't mind kind of when I play, so I was having to play all the games at about 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning, which is, I mean, it's fine. Is it ideal? No, but I've played the majority of this season around that time, because the way I see it is, if I'm playing on a Discord that is majority American, then it's only right that I kind of cater to American times. I'm not going to go into an American-based server and then say, oh, well, you all have to play BST. It's like, no. You're here playing something that is majority played by Americans, therefore you should play by Americans too, right? That's just my take. Is it a bad take? I don't know. But that's the way I feel about that. So I can't really go by that. I just think if I didn't have 2 weeks, that 3 weeks of just waiting, I feel like it was so winnable. And I think I missed the mark there. It's weird because I feel like if I beat HM there, which I feel like I really could have, I then verse Pickle, which whenever I verse Pickle Boom, it's always a bit of a coin flip. But I'd also be reasonably confident of winning a best of 3 against Pickle too, so that would put me in the World Series. And Uno's the favourite. Like, listen. Don't get me wrong. Uno wins the World Series every day of the week, but I still feel like I can take games off Uno. Not win. He's got 3 games at dirt. I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win. I'm not going to be able to beat him at dirt. But at PAX, I think my team beats him at PAX. It's just a take, and we'll never know, because, listen, I bottled it. It's all on me, right? I bottled it in the semis, so. But this was a great chance, I think, for me to get to a World Series. But I had to wait, and I did. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh no, we need to play now. It's like, no, we don't. We cater to everyone, right? That's kind of just how it works. But yeah, missed opportunity. And listen, my team also, there's a lot of things on my team that I think I need to change for next season. Overall, I'm happy with my team. I did a lot of trades, and I think overall I did as well with it as I could have. But there's definitely some changes. If I look at my team, let's go through them anyway. How have their seasons been? PJ is funny because despite having no arm and defensively being actually not as bad as I originally said, but the arm is a big struggle. That 6 speed at round 9, actually he got on base a fair bit. He was quite dangerous once he got on base. It's not bad. I actually enjoyed using PJ. I'd pick him again. I would pick him again. Trent's funny because Trent's got a lot of arm and he's actually pretty solid in the outfield. The problem is he just kills tempo. He just kills the tempo so much. When you get to that 2-strike like area, and if you know Trent's coming up, you can't help but think even if I get him onto base, he's not going to make it to second. And yeah, he has 6 speed, right? So he should be fine, but he's just not. Getting him to first is the issue. Getting him to first is the big issue. But even then, he's going to be followed up by someone who's a lot slower. So, I mean, I didn't mind Trent. I didn't mind Trent at all. I just question whether the 16 power is just a little bit too low for him to be viable. It's great arm though. The arm is great, and outfield is great. Stamina is fine. I don't think he really got any. Did he get any time as pitcher? I don't think he did. He might have got. He got the slightest of slight, but he has a slow ball that's usable, right? I'd maybe pick him again. He's definitely an option, but I mean the power is a glaring weakness. But what do you want for a round 8? Melissa, I actually like. The biggest issue with Melissa was her aggression is so high that she will wander off base a lot, and it does cost you. It does cost you bases. Has it ever cost me ones? I think there's once or twice it has cost me a 1, where Melissa just has been at first and the ball just went over to the white. Because Melissa can't recover well because she doesn't have the arm and she doesn't got full speed. So I think if I had someone who had a lot of arm on the white field, Melissa would be a lot better. The interesting thing about Melissa is though, she scores ones. Like she will straight up score home run. She's got a couple of home runs, I think, throughout the course of the season. And they all seem to be at pretty big moments. So I think I would go Melissa again too. The aggression is a huge issue, but she's fine. If I'm honest, I'd pick Jacinda over Melissa, but that's not really a big surprise, I wouldn't have thought. Jim's great. I actually really like Jim. I can't spot any issues with Jim. Jim's fine. He has the opposite issue. He has no aggression, so sometimes the balls will go past him and he just won't care. However, with the way I've been playing, I had Jim at catcher, so it wasn't as big of a deal. And he actually did a good job, so I really like Jim. I'd pick Jim again. Wendy is Wendy. I won't hear it. Wendy is a great pitcher. Generally a good all-rounder. Low on stamina. Stamina is an issue, but if we look at me throughout the season, Wendy, obviously Angela got traded. Chico had to do a little bit of cleaning up work, but Angela, for the most part, kind of held on throughout most of the season, so I don't think that's that big of an issue. Timmy, same thing. Timmy Younger was great. I would go Timmy and Tanya. Tanya? I think it's Tanya. Uchida. I would get them both in the same team if I could, because I think overall, this is a great, just overall. 48 arm is bad, but not ridiculously bad. So I'd definitely go Timmy again. Right, Blakely. I'm going to be honest, I can't pick Blakely again. You look at Blakely's stats: 86 power, contact's fine, great eye. She should be a regular with those stats. She should be a regular home run scorer, but she just doesn't. She didn't score a single home run in the regular season. Her stats seem misleading. She's a 4 height too, which obviously is really nice to have. In the outfield, to be honest, she was more useful in the outfield than she was as an actual... I got to a point where I was getting so frustrated with her, I was considering just going line drive. I can't use Alicia again. I used her in season 5 too, and the same thing. But I thought I just had a bad season, so I'm like, do you know what? Her stats are too good to pass up on. I'll just go again. But nah, it just wasn't working for me. So Blakely, I'm afraid you're gonna get traded out. Debbie was fantastic. I actually really like Debbie. Debbie turned up in a couple of games when Chico didn't and kind of cleaned up. And she overall was really good. I played her at shortstop, which she was fine at shortstop. I think that's one of the biggest issues of I didn't have someone who I would consider to be a natural shortstop. But I think that was mainly because the arm wasn't great in a lot of places. But Debbie was really good. I'd pick Debbie again. Chico, right. Here's the thing with Chico. Chico, batting wise, best in the game, I'd say. Yes, some people have 100 power, he only has 95, but the contact with the eye, yeah, Chico's the best in the game as far as batting. But I think he costs too much. And what I mean by that is, defensively, he has weaknesses that are in such key areas like the arm, in the coordination. I feel like it's not worth the batting being as high as he is. He is a top level player, like a top 10. Where is he, like 7th or something? 7th or 8th? But he somehow manages to still be like an all-in character for power. I kind of look at Chico and I think I could do what Chico does with like Lance or someone like that, and that's not a good look for someone who is a first rounder, and you are giving up a first round position for. So I think next season I might switch it up. Listen, Chico's carried me through season 5, and he's carried me through most of season 6, but I think I do need to pick someone who's a bit more well-rounded. I think I might try Sosa for season 7, or someone around that area. I might even consider toning down on the power a little bit, but not too much, and maybe going for one of the Z's. Go for Zenon or Zena. Zima? Is it Zima or Zena? I can't remember. Because they have a little bit more going for them. Not a whole lot more, but it balances out just slightly better. And the RBIs and the batting averages for the Z's in most leagues is really high, so I might consider doing that. We'll see. I messed up in the playoff bracket too when I versed HM. I started the first game and I played on Playground Commons rather than Parks. It was my mistake. I told him in the first inning I've accidentally pressed Playground Commons, so if you want to restart it. The problem at that point was I think HM already had won, so I kind of decided, you know what, I'll just let it play, and then we'll just play 2 Parks games afterwards. Overall, I'm happy with the season. I am happy with the season, but this was rough. I feel like it was mine to win. I think I threw it away, and I think a lot of people would really like to see that SDL Warp, me and Pickle in the backyard finals. I think that would have been a much more exciting game just because it had a bit more to it as far as the season's been going on. And listen, the whole SDL Warp, SDL America thing has been a lot of fun, and it's kind of made this season as fun as it is because it is just very back and forth. So that was great. Sadly, I don't think we're going to have that again next season because too many people are going up, and there's going to be too people. I know there's some like Junior League America, Junior League. It's not going to stick. It's not the same. I just don't think. I think this is a one-season thing. I think people will mention it, but I think people will mention it and still try to push with it. But I think it's been done to death now. I think it'll be dead by next season. I think there was a lot of people invested. UHOD was in it, ASD was in it, Root was in it, and there's going to be a lot of split there. So I don't think it'll still be a thing, but it was good while it lasted. As for the games that are still in, Uno's beat Char now, so Uno's in the World Series. Pickle versus HM. Pickle should beat HM. HM is a very good, right? Because I don't want to take anything away from HM, and I think a lot of people will see this video as me just throwing co-op out there. And listen, some parts of it, absolutely. There's levels of co-ops to it. You're lost. It is what it is, and absolutely, beat me on the day. But Pickle should win that. Although I feel like what needs to be remembered about HM is a really good contact hitter, and he's very smart with walks, which I feel like is something that Pickle just doesn't do that much. I just don't see Pickle do walks, and I think if he doesn't do walks against HM, who is very good at reading pitches, I think that is where HM really will kind of stand out. So I think that's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think Pickle should win, but ultimately, I think, you know, the more I think about it, I think HM would have a higher chance at taking games off Uno than Pickle would. Just on the basis that I think HM would be the better contact hitter of the two. And Uno's defense isn't actually that strong. I still believe, like I said, I believe I can take games off Uno on the basis that Uno's defensively, it's not that strong. Like, there is some glaring. He's got Grace, he's got Horace. Horace is atrocious in defense. Sheila is not great in defense. Cindy is good as an outfielder, but isn't really great at recovering if she has any slip-ups. Maynard can't defend well. He's got a bit of arm, so he can recover at least, but Jay's arm's not great. Like, it's very beatable. It is beatable. And I think HM probably has the better chance to do it, but I do think Pickle wins that game. I don't know. This is my end of the season anyway. This is just my kind of feelings about the season. Overall, fantastic season. A lot of fun. I've really enjoyed not only doing this season with the SDL, but I've been admin for the Little League, which, big thank you to Visui, to Bbol, to Little Cat, Question Monkey. Is it Question Monkey? I don't want to mess up his name. I'm pretty sure it's Question Monkey. All the mods, anyway. The mod guys. Big thank you to all of them for allowing me to admin for this season. It's been a lot of fun. Whether I'll still be admin next season, I mean, I'd like to. I'm all for it. The Little League is a lot of fun to admin because when I started in season 5, I was very unsure about the game as far as how to play, what baseball even was. I just didn't understand the rules of baseball. So me joining, I just thought it was something was fun. I thought it was going to be a fad. It was something I would maybe play half a season of, maybe get bored, and then I'd probably fade away and disappear. It didn't happen, and it didn't happen because the people in the Discord, in the BBOL, were very welcoming, were open to like asking questions and just kind of guiding me through things. You have people like Magica, you have people like CRK, even like the high, obviously CRK and Magica are high level players, but even people like Loba, like KC, Killabat, people like that, you do play them in scrims, and you'll get battered, you'll get absolutely battered, but they'll let you know why you're getting battered. They'll point out obvious things. The first thing I versed, I think my very first game was against one of the high level people. It might have been against Bog. I think. It might have been against Bog, and the first thing he told me is, I think in my first game I picked just like a random team as I would in season mode, and he was like, first things first, why is Jacinda your pitcher? Because I didn't know what I was doing, right? And I think Jacinda was my pitcher. And he was like, yeah, don't do that. Yeah, Jacinda at pitcher. I had some crazy stuff going on. I think I might have had like Kenny as my first baseman. It was all over the place, right? Because I didn't know what I was doing. So I want to give that kind of experience of kind of helping them learn and helping them kind of get into the Little League and truly getting into it. And more importantly, finding it fun. I don't want someone to go 0-14 without at least enjoying the times when they have done well, when they've scored runs, when they've picked out a good team. You want to make it enjoyable even if they're going to lose, because if you obviously in any league you're going to have someone who's struggling. The trick is getting that person that is struggling and getting them to still enjoy the experience. So that's kind of how I'm feeling as far as being an admin, and that's kind of what I want to do. I want to keep it as active as possible. If that means doing like little side matches, little like exhibition matches throughout the season, after the season, during that like weird moment when the season ends and the new one begins, where it kind of goes a bit dead, which is fine because that's when the RBBL starts, which I've joined, which you'll start getting RBBL videos by week 4, I think. I'll also upload. I've uploaded week 2. I will upload week 3, but I won't have commentary, live com, until week 4 because I messed up. But yeah, week 4 is when you'll start getting live com. But anyway, really enjoyed adminning. Really enjoyed the season. Really enjoyed the SDL Warp thing. Forza Warp, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the RBBL. Thanks for watching, guys.